She's back. Yeah.
Wow.
And now I know y'all didn't think that after a month of just being gone, I was gonna give you one more video for the year. You know, we had to double it, okay? We had to double it. And I've seen everyone doing these and I thought it'd be really fun. And I also feel like I just wanted to humanize myself a little bit more to y'all, because I know most of my videos, it's commentary. I'm not talking about myself too much. You probably don't know that much about me. If we're besties, you gotta know a little something. So we're gonna get into my 2024 recap, which is for 2025. We're gonna talk about all of the things, okay? So the question I got the most, where have I been? Y'all, things are honestly, just once November rolls around and the holidays, it's always kind of rough. I had an uncle. He was more like a brother than he was an uncle. His birthday is November 1st, and my birthday is November 7th. So our birthdays are really close. It's always hard. Grief, it's always hard. It never gets easier to deal with. It just gets easier to live with. It's always there. Like, grief is just, it's always there. You can't get rid of it. You learn to deal with it. You learn to cope with it. It also reminds you more of your own mortality. So it encourages you to live life to the fullest, but then it's heavy. It's hard. And the holidays, not having that loved one around, it's just a tough time. It was a tough time. So I just couldn't clock in. I just couldn't clock in the way that I used to. And for me, I feel like I'm always a little bit delusional, because leading up to that, I'm so good, right? Like, was feeling so good August, September, October. And then as soon as it's like end of October, beginning of November, I don't know what happens. I couldn't tell you. It's just like there's this deep shift. It's hard every year, and I'm delusional enough to think, oh, I'm feeling good August, September, October, so I'm going to be feeling good November, December.
You stupid.
Was not feeling so good November, December. So I just couldn't clock in. I appreciate everybody who messaged me to reach out, make sure I was okay. Y'all who kept watching videos, even though I wasn't posting, literally thank you so much. I love that. Watching old videos and commenting, it meant everything to me. So I was just taking a little bit of time off, but in November, I did go on a birthday trip. This is something that I started doing last year, and I thank y'all for putting me in a position to be able to do that, but we'll get more into my gratitude and my appreciation for you a little bit later on. But I did go on a birthday trip in November. I went to Ireland, Dublin specifically, and I know you're like, that's a little bit random. That's a little bit of a weird trip for someone to take who likes the warm, who likes the sun, who likes to lay out on the beach. I don't necessarily like to go in the water all the time, but I like to lay out on the beach and get myself a tan, okay? The darker, the better. Love that for me. So originally I was planning on going somewhere hot, but then I realized that one of my childhood bands, one of my favorite bands of all time, The Script, was back on tour, and they had not been touring for a couple of years because one of the bandmates had passed away. So I thought they were gonna go on a forever hiatus, like a permanent hiatus, and they didn't. They ended up coming back with a couple new band members. So by the time I realized this, they came to the city where I live, and I missed it. I was doing something else, so I didn't get to go. But then I saw that they were performing 3 shows back to back in Dublin, their hometown. I said, those shows are gonna be really good. I can go somewhere warm and miss that, or I can go somewhere cold and experience that. And I feel like I've been more about experiences, and I've always wanted to see them live. Over the past couple of years, I've been taking the initiative, now that I'm in a position where I'm able to do this as an adult, to go and see artists who I really love, who I rocked with for a long time when I was younger, but just wasn't in a position to go and see them, and just taking that time to go and see them and really indulging my inner child, doing the things that I was not able to do when I was younger, I'm able to do now, and I'm so grateful to do that. And so I went to Dublin. I actually vlogged the whole thing. It's just taking me a long time to edit because I'm not really a vlog girly yet. So I do have a vlog of that, and I ended up buying two tickets. I was gonna go on the Friday and the Saturday because the shows were Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Went on the Friday and I had a great time, but I was like, you know what? It would be even better if I could give this ticket to one of the besties so that they could have this experience for themselves. I don't really need to go 2 days. I went one day and I had an amazing time. If they go on tour again, I'll go again. But let me give this experience to someone who might not be able to purchase this ticket for themselves, because I understand that it's a crisis. It's a financial crisis. People are saving their money for the things that they need, not the things that they want. So I ended up giving a ticket to a bestie. She had the best time, and she sent me footage of her in going to the concert. So that will also be in the vlog, the little Dublin, the little Ireland vlog. And it was great. It was great. So that's also where I was. And then early December, I went to visit my sister back home in Winnipeg. She has a little baby. He's the cutest little thing. So I went to spend some time with her and her son and just reconnect with her. And it was great. It was great. So even though times were hard, there were a lot of bright times in the midst of all of that. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the good times despite everything else that was going on and everything. It was a little bit more difficult to get through, but got through it, and I'm here and I'm happy to be here with all of you. Now, I feel like I have what some people would deem controversial takes. I personally don't think they're controversial, but of course I don't think that because they're my takes. But I will say the video that I got, I don't want to say pushback, but opposing opinions on that I wasn't expecting it was the terrible TikTok proposal gone wrong. Now, I will link that video in the description, down in the description, if you have not seen it, so you can go and see it for yourself. But I think the most pushback that I was not expecting to get was from both men and women alike, who were basically saying that the fact that that man proposed should have been enough. If someone's proposing to you, it doesn't matter how they do it, doesn't matter what ring, they want to marry you, and that should be enough. And I personally do not agree with that. I think that for me, that statement, that line of thinking aligns with this statement of you accept the love you think that you deserve. I don't think I deserve a lazy love. I don't think I deserve a haphazard love. I don't think that I deserve a love who doesn't care about me, a love that is not consistent, a love that is not thoughtful, a love that is not considerate, a love who doesn't wash their ass. I don't think I deserve that. I would not accept any of that. I'm not doing that. And I don't think you should either. I don't think that a man who just wants to marry you and does it and proposes to you under a streetlight in the smog when you're 10 minutes away from the beach that you actually wanted to go to be proposed at, a man who drives past a bunch of beaches to propose to you under a streetlight, who doesn't get you the ring that you made clear you wanted, doesn't give you the proposal that you wanted, I don't think you should accept that. That's me personally. You can do whatever you want. I just don't think that that's something that we should be encouraging people to do. I don't think you should be encouraging people to accept anything, because I think that's a slippery slope. I think you should have standards, and I think you should adhere to those standards no matter what. For me, a proposal, the ring, all of it, it's supposed to be a glimpse into the life that this person is promising you after marriage. So if what you're promising me is you don't listen to me, you don't wash your bum, you are a mama's boy, you don't care about what I think and how I feel, I'm not accepting that proposal, because what type of life is that? I would rather be single and happy than together with somebody and fucking miserable. So while you are entitled to your opinion, we don't have to agree. Those two things can coexist. I don't think that we should be encouraging people, specifically young women, to accept just anything. Don't do that. There's nothing wrong with being alone. There's no rush to be married. If it's not for you, it's not for you. What is for you will never miss you. And I don't think that your grandparents, your parents, your ancestors who are all looking after you would be happy to hear that you accepted the absolute bare minimum for the sake of having a man.
Eat a dick, bitch.
Having a man is not a flex. Having a man is not the end goal. Having a good partner, having a loving partner, having a considerate partner, having a partner who puts you above everything else, that is the end goal. Again, having a man is not a flex, and you accept the love you think you deserve. Why do you not think that you deserve more than that?
Clock it.
Oh no, I'm kind of spitting right now. You might want to take some notes, okay? Another thing, why do y'all think my laugh is fake? Oh my God, go back and watch videos from the beginning of this year and watch them now. The laugh is the same. It's consistent. I laugh how I laugh. I just want to put that out there. So what has 2024 meant to me? It's meant everything. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. This year genuinely changed my life. I don't want to get emotional. Changed my life in so many ways, and I'm so grateful. Gratitude cannot begin to express what I feel for this life that I'm now living, the life that I couldn't have envisioned, I couldn't have pictured. The freedom to do what I want, the ability to help others constantly. That's something I've always done, but even more so now I'm in a position to do that and it doesn't hinder me. I think I'm just getting to the point where my cup is beginning to consistently overflow. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, but you know, fill up your cup and then you give people what the overflow is. I was always giving people from my cup, so there was never any overflow. I was always lacking because I was giving it all away. And this year for me, it was really about making sure my cup was full and consistently full, and being in a position to then give from that overflow and not give to the point where I'm now lacking because I gave someone else and thinking that that's what that's supposed to be. I think for me, seeing the success of this channel, seeing it blow up in the best possible way, it was a reminder for me at least that my purpose in life, it's not completely attached to being in service of other people. And I'm not saying that in a way where I think you should always be in service to other people. I think you should always do what you can to help people no matter what. But I think for me, like I said before, I was always doing that at a detriment to myself. And when it came time to pour back into me, I wasn't always getting that. So I think this channel for me has been quite healing because it's like people care what I have to say, even if I'm not actively doing anything directly for them. People want to hear what I have to say. People want to listen to what I have to say. What I say matters to some people. And for a young Black woman who grew up in Yeehaw, Manitoba, that is transformative in just the way that I see myself, in the laying down the foundation for, you know, what the rest of my life is going to look like. Because I'm 25, right? So I'm not, a lot of people would still consider me to be young, but it's like I'm halfway to 30. So I want to start setting myself up for success in all ways for the rest of my life. And this channel is allowing me to do that mentally. This year, earlier this year, I think like about March, I consistently started going to the gym. And a lot of you are like, oh, you can really see it. And it's crazy because y'all can only see me from the shoulders up. Usually I don't show y'all none of that good, but I have made a significant amount of progress, and not just physically what I look like, but also my strength. Like, I'm up to doing 5 plates on the leg press, and I'm 5'1", keep in mind. So I think that's around 500 pounds, give or take. So it's just, I just amaze myself. I was an athlete when I was younger, so being able to get back into it, again, it's healing to my inner child, but it's also good for me now. It allows me, because I am a YouTuber and obviously work from home, it allows me to get out of the house every day. It allows me to interact with people. It allows me to push myself and push my standards and show myself that I'm more capable of what I think I can do. And not to be like a gym rat or that gym girl who's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I think any form of movement really helped to better my life this year, and consistent movement that I look forward to. Granted, it might just be the pre-workout that gets me a little bit hype, but it works. So that really was significant to me and helped me this year a lot. But yeah, 2024, it's meant so much to me. I don't want to cry. It has meant so much to me, and you have meant so much to me this year. How many of you consistently check in on me and make sure I'm doing okay? And those of you who are not just here for the entertaining content, but you care about me as a person, you don't just see me as a machine to pump out videos. That was really interesting, because obviously I am now a creator, and I would say I'm not like, yeah, I'm a big creator. I'm established, I think, enough. Once I hit that 100K, then we'll be established for real. I'll be a YouTuber for real. But I've only been on the other side of things, of being the watcher and not the creator. And I've seen how other people interact with those people, and they don't see them as people. And I always want to be seen as a person. Obviously I am a creator, but I am a person, and your favorite creators are also people, and you should see them as such. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. This year, it's been hard in many ways, but it's also been so fucking amazing in so many ways. And I didn't even talk about this, but I think for me, if it's not clear in the other videos, I'm really big on staying where you are appreciated. So for this channel to do all of those things for me was quite healing, especially because in March, I believe March of this year, I left a job that I was really, I loved. I thought the people, for the most part, that I worked with were great. It hit all of the boxes. It allowed me to do something that I felt was going to be transformative for many people's lives. But I started to feel like I wasn't appreciated in that space. I started to feel like I was being questioned, like my worth didn't matter. Like I was worthless. Like I didn't bring anything to the table all of a sudden. So I stepped away from that. And luckily for me, I had a backup plan, so I was okay. I was in a position to do that. Obviously, that is not the case for everybody, but I'm grateful for that. And so having this channel and this creative outlet, it helped guide me through that time as well. We're just really questioning my self-worth. And I think that that's why I often talk so much about valuing yourself and knowing your worth and the importance of that, because I think that that's so important, especially in this day and age with the capitalistic society that we live in, where that doesn't matter. It's just money, 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 money. But aside from the money, who are you? What do you value? What's important to you? Are you important to you? And so this year just allowed me to put all of those things into perspective. It's been wonderful. My little nephew, he was born earlier this year. I'm an auntie, which is so weird to say out loud, but I just adore him. And I adore the relationships that I have with family members. And I also adore the way that boundaries are consistently enforced to those around me. So I'm more protected than I have ever been, and making sure that I'm good first and foremost. And it's been amazing, y'all. It's been amazing. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. So what do I want 2025 to be? More great things, more travel, more fun. Specifically, I want to meet more of you. I think I met one person, and she was so sweet, and it was nice. It was a really good experience. So I feel like I'm looking forward to more of that in the next year. I'm gonna force myself to do this one. Maybe. Here I am already trying to back out. No, I want to start posting more consistently on Instagram so you can see more of me than just my shoulders. And also because I think it would be fun. It's a different form of content. It would be a different form of creative outlet. And these YouTube videos are a lot of work, so I feel like Instagram would be a little less work, but it would still be fun. That way I can see the fits. Maybe not the fits are so great, but the shoes was on point. 10 out of 10. Love them to death. I also want to start focusing on more long form content. So like my Surviving Sedona video, I really enjoyed making that one. I enjoyed the research that went into it. It was a little bit more time consuming than some of the other things that I have done, but I thought it was important, and I thought it addressed a lot of important points, and it gave survivors a voice. So while the catfish videos are fun, and I do talk about some important things in them, I think that Surviving Sedona video was a little bit more impactful in my mind, just because of the nature of the conversation. I want to do more of those, and I will be doing more of those, so I hope you're here for it. But of course, it would all tie in some sort of, so how the Surviving Sedona one, it was focused on a TikToker. It'll be things that are still focused to our realm of interest over here. So it's still in the niche. I also want to start doing vlogs because I think they're really fun. I think it's really relaxing content, and I think it's one of those things that humanizes your favorite creators. So like how I did the Dublin vlog. I think that one is a lot of fun. I think it's a good time. It's a lot of talking. Honestly, because I don't drink, I don't party, I don't be going out like that. It's mostly just me eating and yapping, but I think that that's fun. I also really like the advice video, so I'll probably be doing some more of those, even though they don't do super well, they're not super popular. I really enjoyed them, and I think it was just ice in my cup. I think that those of you who submit and those of you who got advice to things you were seeking advice for, it seemed to really help you, those of you who I heard from. So I think I definitely want to be doing more of that. In 2025, I look forward to more of the same great, amazing things that 2024 brought. I'm just very excited. I'm very excited for the new year, and I feel so, oh my gosh, why am I so emotional? I feel so blessed, and I'm so grateful, and I feel so much gratitude. And oh my gosh, how could I forget in 2024, me and our girl Cami chatted a little bit in the DMs. That was like, ooh, maybe I'm doing something over here. So I'm hoping to connect with more faves in the new year, and obviously share that with you guys. In 2025, mark my words, okay? I will be guest hosting one of these shows that we talk about.
Clock it.
No one has contacted me yet. Nobody has reached out yet, but it will be happening. It will. I just know it. It'll just happen. I just feel it. It's gonna happen for me. And in 2025, of course, I want to meet more of y'all. I want to keep doing that. But we are going to round out the video with clip compilations, okay? Some of the funniest clips that you guys put on my videos, things that I forgot that I even said. These are some of my favorite ones, and we really are besties for real. We really kiki, and this is so funny. So let's get into some of my favorite ones. Violence doesn't solve everything. Violence solves a lot of things, I think, sometimes. Girl, what? What?
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
She believes everything is possible. Then she says that
Potato chips have been turning male amphibians into females.
which that's if you can't do it correctly, don't do it, because don't come telling me some half-assed tea. Tell me all of it or tell me nothing.
Girl, you're so nasty, talking about your poopy vagina.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
He's so expeditiously, supercalifragilisticexpialidociously for real. Just be for real. What are you talking about? Yes, what they did was wrong, but are they justified in doing what they did? Yes, absolutely. She's a liar. She's a cheater. She's a chickenhead who lacks common sense. Usually I am a full supporter of women's rights and women's wrongs, but under these circumstances, I just don't think T gets a pass. Excuse me, ma'am. Old lady ma'am, I need you to stop talking right now. Just your lips. Stop talking. I'm all for women bringing problems and not peace into a man's life, especially when it's clear that he's trying to run some game on you. Give him hell, girl. Important advice that I think everyone should adhere to, everyone should listen to. He says that the reason that he and Granny Pam's relationship has been so strong for so long is because
we didn't need each other. We wanted to be together, but we could both stand on our own.
And that has been our 2024 recap. If you liked this video, then be sure to let me know. A little bit chatty, a little bit less formal, a little bit more about me, so you can learn a little bit more about me and tell me a little bit more about you. Drop in the comments one thing that you are super excited for in 2025, a resolution you may have, something that you're looking to implement, and let's talk about it, and let's hold each other accountable, but nicely. Hold each other accountable to our goals in the future, because that's the only way you achieve them, is if people are holding you accountable. I thank you for all of the support throughout this year. Again, I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed. And I couldn't have envisioned a better community in this space and in other spaces that we finna occupy. We're gonna take over, besties. Just you wait. So I thank you so much. I wish you the happiest of holidays and a happy frickin' new year. I'll see y'all in the next video.